I'm back out in the Everglades, and I'm looking to catch me some pythons. One of the many perks of working out in the Everglades is the sunsets. They are absolutely gorgeous. I always say when I'm out there, you know, it's like my church, and often I stop what I'm doing, take in the sunset, and you know, I honestly feel closer to God. It's a beautiful thing. So it really seems like a good night. Weather feels right, and the bugs are out. You know, believe it or not, that's kind of an indicator to me sometimes. When a lot of these mosquitoes and bugs are out, it's usually these moist, warm nights, and that's what the pythons like too. So you just gotta kind of suck it up and deal with the mosquitoes. As I'm driving along, in the distance, I spot some deer, and for me, that's just super rewarding. It shows the work we're doing is helping. You know, not every python's out here eating deer. In fact, most of the ones we catch aren't eating deer yet, but us removing them before they get to the size they eat deer, and even us removing the ones that are eating the smaller wildlife, helps the deer population. It all trickles upwards, and we have panthers out there. We have, you know, different predators, coyotes, all kinds of stuff that target the deer and these small mammals. And when the pythons totally wipe out their small mammal supply, which they have, they target the deer populations exclusively, and that just really crushes them. In a lot of these areas out in the Everglades, you're not going to see any deer. You know, they've almost become a rare sight in a lot of areas. So it's definitely good to see, and I'm happy. So I decided to get out the truck, kind of stretch my legs, walk around, see what I could find in the vegetation, and it never fails. Of course, I find a balloon. Not even just a piece of trash. I find a lot of trash out there, but it's always balloons. And you know, people don't understand that when they let go of a balloon and watch it fly off in the sky, oh, it's cool and great, but you're really causing a lot of problems. They all end up in the Everglades or out in the ocean or out somewhere in some wildlife area, and it's the biggest pollutant out there, really. You know, you got plastics and everything else that leach off of it, could choke an animal and all this other crap, and trust me, there's a ton of them out there. There's not a night I go python hunting and don't see one. So don't release your balloons. But you know, it sucks to see it, to be honest with you. So I always try to do my best and pick them up, especially when I'm not catching pythons. I'll just start picking up trash. You know, if I'm getting paid minimum wage to be out there, might as well give the state their money's worth. When I'm out in the Everglades, I'm always seeing gators. You know, it's a very common sight out there, especially this time of year. They're mating, breeding, and they're traveling around, looking for mates and all kinds of stuff.
Big old bull, son. We were just talking about how they're out walking around mating. All right. Dude, he looked impressive walking.
And tonight I come across a big old bull. Big, beautiful gator. Super cool, but he was not messing around. And, you know, a one that big will definitely mess you up.
Yeah, you definitely want to be careful. He will tail whip the shit out you. I ain't gonna mess with you, buddy. Woo, boy.
So as I'm driving along, I spot a python trying to cross the road. So I parked the truck, and it was kind of an easy capture. So I figured, well, let's see if I can get him with one hand. You know, give him the old one-handed trapper might grab.
All that waiting paid off. Got one here. Getting ready to cross the levee. son. All right. Bag her up. See if we can finish out the night with another one.
You know, it wasn't the biggest python I've ever caught by any means, but it's a python. And one more python out the glades is definitely a win. And if I gotta save the glades one python at a time, sure as hell I'm gonna do it. Overall, it was a good trip. You know, I'm happy I got a python, got to see some wildlife, and pick up a little trash in the process. So I'm happy.